Hey everyone, thanks for coming by. I'm so glad you can make it to this video presentation. My name is Eric Camp. I'm Chief Learning Officer for Forex Successful Traders. And on Friday, we just were so excited to hear Mike's response to some of the panic traders dealing with or responding to the decline, the 26% decline per ounce in the silver prices. And we actually did a video back in January talking why we passed up getting in or taking more positions on silver in January. We were waiting for a specific event. That event happened. It happened on Friday, and we believe it's already over. And yes, it's possible that it can go further. There's the last time the price silver took such a dramatic reversal was in December of 2007, and that's what this video is. We took the best. We did about a 3-hour presentation video, a series of videos back in January explaining some of the concepts we take as currency traders, some of the strategies, and we actually want to show how there's an opportunity right now to make 3 times as much more money today with this reversal, just like in 2007. Enjoy.
It's right here. It's the same kind of pattern where we're in right now. And here's a question that you need to ask. How much are you willing to lose to be right? We know the price is going up. And the answer, and if when you see this, again, guys, 3 years, 36% rate of return. That's not a bad rate of return. And when you come here and take a look at the result, that you would have to lose 50% of your account if you got in here at December, at this point right here. You were right. You knew silver was going up, but how are you going to deal with this thing? And this is what we call a junkie profit. Matt, I think you phrased it best. Eric, it's not about if gold's going up, it's about when to buy it. We're using silver here. What better way than take a look at if you use price action and we're able to get in here in December of '08 rather than a year before at 27, what would the difference have been? I think this really epitomizes, guys, the idea that price action delivers on that efficiency. When you talk about why we're so interested in efficiency in our TEQ as traders, I think this B slide right here really drives it home. 200% in 2 years versus 36 in 3. I think this is a no-brainer. This is what price action can deliver.
Well, yeah, as you can see here, Eric, I mean, it's all about when we trade price action, making more in less time. And we can see that here by waiting just simply for a better entry, waiting 1 year. On example B, you can see 200% return. Not only are we making a larger return, we're making it in less time, and we're not having those 50% drawdowns as we seen if we would have got in at December of '07 instead.
Yeah, and this is it, what you're talking about, right, Josh? This is where you're starting, and you don't have to deal with this part right here. That what we talked about, emotions. This is where emotional trading begins.
Exactly, and that's what it's all about, just eliminating the emotion and making more money in less time.
And where I have Josh and Matt right now is, what is the alternative? What is the difference between a junkie profit chasing a breakout trade versus riding a breakout? Can you guys start using this chart to help us understand, get into a trade? How do we get in what we call riding a breakout?
Well, first of all, I'll go back into December there when the move when it already broke out and was moving higher. I'm sure there was a lot of hype on the mainstream media, and the emotion of feeling like you've missed out on something or feeling like you're missing the train is pretty powerful, and I think that's what a lot of people kind of get sucked into. And rather than let those emotions kind of take place in your trading, that's usually when I see the big media, the big hype on certain instruments, that's usually when I'm looking to trade the opposite direction. Because as soon as the crowd or the herd gets involved, it's usually when things are ready to reverse. And one of the simplest things that I found after meeting my mentor Armando was to trade price action. And that allows you to be very versatile and open to what the market is doing, and you let the market move, and you just react simply to its movements. You're not trying to predict the market to go higher or lower, because here it's like just right now I can predict it's going to move higher, but I don't know how far it will come back before that. So the one question I always ask when I'm getting into a trade is, how much am I willing to risk?
But this is the one thing, so much of traditional education out there, Forex education, is actually looking for, we need a confirmation. We need to see this taking off like this. And that makes a lot of sense to a lot of traders. That once you see a trade and you have confirmation, it's time to get on. And if I hear you correctly right now, you're saying you avoid that.
Right.
See,
if I'm not already in it, then I'll look for the opposite trade. You know, there's opportunities every single day in either direction, and I don't need to, you know, I don't ever feel like I need to get involved in what the masses are trying to do, because generally that's where people will eventually end up losing money.
Okay, you just said something very important. I think I got to rephrase it. Is that if I'm not already in it, I'm going to look for other opportunities.
Exactly.
And so let's make it. Let's just get down. And so I know that you've asserted you're a price action trader. And what is the alternative to jumping in on these breakouts and start chasing them? What's the alternative? Are you saying that we can get in right here at the origin, at the starting point of a breakout with price action? Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, I'd like to jump in here, Eric. Really,
yeah,
when
go ahead.
Trade price action, we get into the breakout before it even happens, before everyone starts to see it, you know, in traditional charting. We are in the trade before it breaks out and taking even more profit than what a normal breakout trader would, and eliminating that risk. But as a price action trader, you can actually see these breakouts forming before the herd and the crowd jumps in.
Okay, and I think this is the mystery. That, you know, guys, when you say that out there and someone is not familiar with price action and all they know is traditional, the candlestick charting, this can sound a little bit far-fetched, a little bit too much of a pipe dream. Is that understandable when I say that back to you? Can you guys understand that?
Sure, and I mean, that's just the traditional education that's out there and how we're programmed as we start to learn this business. We think, you know, there's only one type of profit. And like we showed in that matrix, there's 4 different types of profit that you can make. We have the junkie, the sucker profits, the sunshine, and the optimal profits.
Okay.
And when you feel like you have to be, you know, getting on this train that's already left you, that's when you're on the right-hand side, when you're taking those high risks. When you can move over to the left-hand side, that's when you're actually taking advantage of this breakout before it even happens. When you trade price action, you're able to stay on the left side and, you know, get in before the move even happens.